How's it going, everybody? I was able to get caught up with Jake Good and his boys on for We Rock. So I'm gonna have everybody introduce themselves. That way, we got a name reference for everybody. So I got myself, the Bear, Danny, and then I got Jake, and you said Caleb.
Yep.
Is Caleb on there? Awesome. If you guys want to state your names, that way we can voice recognize.
Yep, I'm Jake Good with We Rock. I'm Caleb.
You're Caleb. I'm sorry, it broke up, Caleb.
Caleb Good with We Rock.
Awesome. Cool. So we got 2026 coming up here pretty quick. You guys start off in Baghdad towards the end of the month. This coming season kicks off here towards the end of the month, right?
Yeah. We're a couple weeks away from the season in Baghdad, Arizona. It's February 28th and March 1st, and that will be our first Western Series event. And it's always a huge event, and it's a great location for spectating and competitors alike.
Hell yeah. I've been wanting to get down there to check it out, but everything, all the video and stuff that comes out of there for that weekend is just amazing. So we're definitely looking forward to that. Is there any major changes this season as far as rules, safety regulations, any of that kind of stuff coming up?
I don't think we have a whole lot change, just some small stuff. Making sure stuff gets written down and written out for mod rules with the 5-gate and the 5-gate ruling. But I don't think we've made a whole lot. No major changes for the 26 season.
Yeah. The main one is, like you said, the pro mods will have the option standard 5-gate as a bonus in line with course flow. So that's a little bit of a change from previous seasons. But that, and really the only other have is working to enforce registration rules. So we are going to try and get running orders out the night before the event. And so you will have to be registered the night before, or at least and let us know that you're going to be there so we can get you on the running order. But just try and make it a little bit easier for everybody. When they show up, they're going to know where their courses are and where they're starting the next day.
Nice. So
changes. So
right. So even if something happens and you're not coming in till the day of, you need to contact you guys and say, hey, we're coming. Get us in the running order, that kind of stuff. Make sure you're in contact with you guys. And
yeah. And the rule's always been that you need to be registered. The only thing that we do on site the day of the event is the tech side of things. But we've always been very on that. We get it. People have lives, and sometimes you're trying to get off of work, late at night and drive all night to get to the comp site. So,
Or your buggy's not running.
right. That's always my favorite. Whenever I'm racing, it's never done until it's freaking crossing the line, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's done after that. I think that's when it starts, is after you cross the line.
Right.
So we're just we're working hard to get the running orders posted night before the event. So if somebody wants to tech late, all they got to do is reach out to us and just let us know, and we'll be more than accommodating.
Awesome.
But we want to try and make it easier for participating in the event as well.
Oh yeah. Communication's key.
Yeah, and that's all we do anymore is communicate. But I think all we do anymore is talk.
Right.
I think the listening part is kind of going by the wayside. But we are definitely, we want the event to be We want everybody to have fun, and so we're just we're trying to take steps to make sure it is fun for everybody.
Hell yeah, that is awesome. What kind of upcoming for the upcoming season? What do you guys expect? Expectations, and then you got any good predictions? Who do you think? Very beginning of the season, who do you think's kind of standing out, and who's coming with a bigger game this year, this coming season?
Yeah, starting in the top class, Unlimited is going to have a decent amount of changes. West Coast, we won't have Jesse Haynes in this season. Dave Long has sold his car, and really, I think the rumors that I've heard is that it's going to be the man to beat, but we've got a bunch of other people in Unlimited, and it's anybody's game, in my opinion. So
I know we'll have Cassini's in Unlimited. Who or how many? I don't even think we know that yet, but I know there probably will be at least in Unlimited. Brett Dickey just came out and ran Unlimited for the first time in the single seat whole C fabrication buggy. That thing is a work of art, and we're going to see how, hopefully be their first season that they're going to run all Unlimited and not the Pro Trail Caliph car. And I know it's going to be a change. It may not seem like it, but that extra 8 inches or so is a drastic change to go from Pro Trail to Unlimited. So we're going to see how it shapes up for them but that kid is a phenomenal driver. I mean, he's won every single rock crawling event in America, at least.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Pro Mod, Braxton Coleman will be back. We've got Christian.
Yep, Christian Brees is stepping up out of from Sportsman B to run Pro Mod this year. So it'll be awesome to see another team stepping up from Sportsman B. Made her debut last year in Farmington, which is no joke.
Yeah,
and also Baghdad is no joke for big. So it makes a great season opener, and it's a tough place to step up, but Christian Brees is going to make that move.
Oh, one of the other Unlimited cars. Speaking of New Mexico, we've got Ben Hutchison driving
Skip Scott's
yellow Unlimited car.
Awesome!
So
hell yeah!
Up and it's just crazy that the off season hits and you're either working on upgrading the car or you're selling the car. Dave is on the East Coast. Charlie.
Well, speaking of so we haven't even got to the East Coast yet. But speaking of Dave Long, Nate Reed, is going to be stepping back to a familiar driver in the Unlimited class as well. The Unlimited class, to Craig Allen. So all time, different,
right?
But it's going to I think it's going to shape up to be an awesome year with everything, all the changes going on. You don't know who's gonna be the guy to beat.
Right, that's definitely going to be it's shaking things up for sure. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be the best part is, all of these teams are going to show up. Honestly, I think they all have a chance, to take home the number one spot at any event. So it is going to be exciting for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's going to shape up to be an awesome season. It sounds like to me. So what do you, just your guys' personal opinion, what makes We Rock? Like what makes it the premier rock crawling sport? There's been several people that have tried to do different kind of race series around rock crawling, and they just don't seem to stand the test of time like We Rock has.
I don't know. It's got to be our stubbornness, I think.
Well, yeah, if we just don't stop, then it won't go away.
Right.
But no, I think really what people don't come into the sport for, but what keeps them in the sport is the community. There's such a good family. You come out and you see it's almost a second family. You go out and you see all of your rock crawling friends, and you get to all hang out and just have a good time. And I think that really keeps people coming back. But then, at the same time, you want to come out and you want to see if you can be the best rock crawler. And so competitiveness to it where, you want to win. Sometimes you go on course and, that family stops. But then as soon as you get done with the day, we used to have Dave Long would put on potlucks, and pretty much the whole competitor field would be up there bringing something together.
Well, we have the Granite Motorsports Hot Dog Friday that we brought on last year. It's been a couple of years now.
I think last year.
And, just to help foster everybody being out and enjoying each other's company, sportsman guys getting to know the pro guys, and, just mingling through all the different classes. And, just foster is...
Well, and speaking of Brannick, the National Championship, which we started a few years ago now, it pushes you to travel the country, and now you have that East versus West. Little Charlie Meltzer just posted, I think earlier today, about taking the East, taking back the Grand National Trophy from New Mexico last year. You have to go out east now. You have to go to Texas. You have to see the country and compete on all sorts of terrain.
Right. You can't just say, "Yeah, I'm the best rock crawler in the world." Well, you better get out there where it's wet and see what you can do, because if you're a desert racer or a desert crawler, it's a completely different game once you get back towards the east side of the country.
Oh yeah,
it is. But even from Reno and Moon Rocks, to Farmington, to Cedar City, to Baghdad, even in just the Western Series, there's sure Cedar City and Farmington look similar, but they're not. They're raw, different, and
every place is unique. It doesn't matter where you go. Every place is unique, and you kind of learn, especially when we go back to Cedar, for many years now, you learn what special, and that keeps people coming back too. Is they love Texas, they love the traction down there, they love wheeling down there. So we're back in K2 for the East versus West versus Texas combined points event. So and everybody wants to come down to Texas and they want to go wheel, and then they want to come compete against the East versus West.
Hell yeah. No, that is awesome. And definitely the camaraderie and stuff. And, it seems to be an ongoing theme as we've started this news channel. I mean, we're only two episodes in. This will be our second one that you guys are going to be on, but it seems to be a reoccurring theme is the community and the way that it works together. Even look at what went on with Ultra 4 this past week, and how everybody pulled together to help a couple of drivers that are battling cancer right now. I mean, you don't get that in any other sport, I don't think. It is an amazing thing that we're involved in.
Yeah, well, that's the great part about the rock crawling. More than anything, is we spend time on the trail fighting these battles, and it may be your own personal battle, but and hecklers there that are cheering you on to get through and that as well. So we go out and purposely put ourselves in bad situations and we use our community to get ourselves out of that. And so you get a lot of that in every group, but I think ours is special just because of that. You spend a day on the trail with somebody, or a week long trip with somebody off road, and you become best friends for life.
Right. Oh, that is definitely a truth. What challenges you guys got coming up? What are you facing as far as are you having any land use issues? Are you guys finding that things are getting better, easier when you're getting these races put together, promoting them, or are things getting harder? Are the hurdles changing, or is it just about the same and things are just kind of trucking along?
Yeah, well, I mean, the hurdles are always to get one thing figured out. Next thing you know, there's somebody else that's like, well, hey, you need a permit for this, and you need something for that. So every has its different challenges, and we've got. Speaking of that community, we've got such a great community to help us out in a lot of those different aspects. One of those being that we were able to come back to the Moon Rocks location in Reno after 20 years. And that only happened because of the community there being in touch with the BLM and, having a pulse as to what's going on. As soon as the person that didn't want events out there retired, new gentleman stepped in, and we immediately received a phone call and said, hey, you have an opportunity to get back in here. And we jumped immediately, and it's been a blast. We're so excited to get back out and and bring a night event out to the West Coast is a lot of fun too.
Oh, that's huge. It's so crazy, and it seems like that's a reoccurring theme also with our community and things that are happening. It just seems like it's such a battle with BLM and different governmental factions, and then, like you said, that person that just doesn't like us because of what they perceive us to be retires, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, come and join us now and come and be a part of our community and bring back that money and that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. It's different.
Yeah, and in order to make that happen, you can't lose hope. You may have some, a fight going on where, we haven't been to Reno in 20 years, but because rock crawling was still thriving there were still, there wanting to do the right thing, that it was something worth pursuing when the new guy stepped in, that it was still an avenue to pursue and to bring rock crawling competitions back.
Right. That's kind of the same thing that happened here in Farmington. I can't speak to a lot of it just because I wasn't it's not out of the horse's mouth, but I know, some things happened and Big Rich was like, we can't afford to do it that way, and backed out. And it was almost 20 plus years before we got it back here in Farmington.
Yeah. And now you guys are blessed with some of the best BLM people that work in the country. They're absolutely incredible out there.
We definitely can't say anything bad about our BLM right now. They are super awesome, and they're super supportive of what we're doing, and I think they see what we bring to the community, even just the local community in Farmington, as far as revenue streams and that kind of stuff, just helping out the city.
Well, and if you guys don't stay organized out there through the different clubs and that, then the trash starts to take over.
Oh yeah.
Having great organized events, and being friends with a lot of people in the community there in Farmington, we see it as a constant battle.
Oh man.
The same thing is, it seems like at least once a week there is a big post. There's another big pile of trash that somebody dumped, and it's up to the organized community to go back out there and clean it up so that it can stay open for everybody to partake in. Otherwise, it'll turn into a dump and it'll get shut down, and nobody gets to enjoy it.
Yep, and that's the key of it all is just like you said, staying organized and staying in the fight, because it's always a battle. I don't know why things just can't be easy, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little bit of history on We Rock. I know. So you took it over 5 years ago. Is that right?
This will be our 5th season.
Yeah.
Celebrating our 25th season with under the We Rock name. We Rock, Big Rich started that under the Cow Rocks out in California, and then had the vision of something much larger outside of California. 2001 was the first year. I believe it was the put up or shut up kind of event, just a one-off. After that, the seasons have been varying in the number of events, but for the past 15, 20 years, it's been pretty solid. And challenges that we face, getting both the Western Series to have a huge car count and the Eastern Series to have a huge car count at the same time. They seem to fluctuate back and forth. And, right now it's pretty good. We've got more competitors over the past 4 seasons. They've gotten more and more competitors. We're 60 vehicles go up for the season opener in Baghdad. We were pretty close to that in Reno as well.
Yeah,
So
in Cedar.
So yeah, and always
Texas is about 50 to 60. So it's amazing to see everybody coming out to compete, and honestly, something that I've seen change, especially with that Brannick National Series, is even in the sportsman side, we will have had sportsman C guys with their leaf sprung Toyotas traveling coast to come to each West Coast event to try and take that national or the Western Series or even the National Series.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Big change is that Brannick Motors Championship, and it's super easy to get hooked on a regional series, so either the Eastern Series or the Western Series. You only need to compete in 2 events to qualify for series points. There are 3 local events, and then Texas being in the middle.
Yep.
You get to drop one of those as well. So if you attend, 4 events, you get to drop one of those scores. So if you can't make it or you don't do one, we only take the top 3 scores for the regional series. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, and that makes it for.
Get pulled into the series after when.
Well, if you're gonna run 2, you might as well run 1 more. You might as well just go to Texas, because then you could even qualify National Series. So it's I definitely, you get sucked into that, because it's like, well, there's 1 more event, and I can really have a shot at the Western Series. Well, but just and we could try and take home the Brannick National Series, and then all of a sudden you traveled back and forth across the country battling it out. I know, was it last year, Craig Allen, him and his son were trying to chase that Brannick first place, and it was like they fought every event out east, every event out west, and ended up going to and to West Virginia. And it was like, we back out because we're still hunting for that win. We just need that 1 win. And so it's like, I guess we'll go to Indiana. I guess we'll go to West Virginia. And he just chased back and forth across the country multiple to get that 1 more win. And unfortunately, I don't think they ever found that win.
No. I mean, it was always so competitive. So
That's awesome. The way you guys have got it set up, I mean, it, like you said, it just draws you in and you want to chase those points. A lot of these these race series and stuff across the board, if you're not a top tier competitor, chasing points just doesn't do you any good. Like it doesn't play out well.
Yeah.
Where, like you said, where this the way you guys got it set up, you could have a bad day and that doesn't put you out of the points running.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're running, all 4 of the Western Series events, you can drop that one bad event and, take your top 3 scores. And it just, it helps keep everything close as we get towards the end of the season. And, that's really what we want to see is those teams battling out to see who's going to bring home the championship in whatever series they're running.
Yeah, the past couple of years, it's been literally down to the last event in not even Eastern Western Series. It has come down to the last event on the 2025 schedule to before we knew who was going to win. Reno, it's everybody. We got to Reno, doing the math, trying to figure out who had a chance of taking the Western Series, who was having a chance of taking the National. I started with the National. I'm like, well, we got 3 people, I think, going for the National win. The Western Series, and there was almost every single pro class. There was 2 or 3 of the teams that were tied, and Reno was going to decide who was going to win the Western Series in all 3 classes.
Hell yeah. That's just fun. It just keeps it interesting the whole year, the whole season. It just, how things are shaking out and who's doing what and who's making changes to be the next one to come up and take a win. It is awesome. So that actually leads right into, so what's the future? What's the future of your guys' race series look like? Keep on trucking. You got anything that you're looking to possibly change or even take away to make it even more competitive, or is it trucking along where you want to be? Or?
Yeah, well, I think the event format, we're not looking to make really any changes to how the events are put together or run. We are, let's say, dipping our toes into a new format at Easter Jeep this year. Next Saturday, we will be hosting kind of an XRRA format. Trailbreaker style of event, like Little Rich does, where it will be 2 courses side by side, and you will add times together from each course, and whoever completes both courses in the fastest time will win. But it's not necessarily a race because it is going to be incredibly difficult, ops and versus a desert race or something that's got some obstacles in it. It will be very hardcore.
Rock crawling.
So we're super excited about that. The other places that we're really pushing hard to make some changes is in the video side of We Rock. So we are really trying to push hard to get good quality episodes, post-edited, videos that are fun for everybody to watch in a series that we can put together that would come out, over the winter months after, just to kind of document how all of the season went. So we're working real hard for that. That's definitely one of the things that we're pushing for. Right now, we do try and live stream every event on the We Rock Events Facebook and Events YouTube page. So it's been honestly a lot of fun to do the live stream, and it's been cool to be able to go back and to watch that. So that's to live stream the event, and then also have something
around. That's fun to watch. Just more social media presence, more content to get, competitive rock crawling to not just, people in the off-road community, to bring it to everyone that has any interest in a fun event, because it's not just for off-roaders. It is, it's an awesome event to just go watch, to see some of the best drivers and the most capable car things that you never would have thought was possible.
Oh, absolutely.
And so to bring that just, out, to get that out there more is, definitely something I want to push.
That's my favorite thing to do, is take somebody that's never been off-roading or rock crawling and load them up in the Jeep and go. They freak out. Like, pull up to a wall and they're like, "Where are you going?" We're like, "We're going up that." "You're doing what?" "Oh, we're going to go right up it." "No problem, watch." And they just freak. There's just no way. There's no way that that's happening.
Yeah, we've been doing hardcore rock crawling for so long that we're so numb to,
Yes.
how really the stuff is. And you put somebody in a Jeep and just go drive around, on a moderate trail, and they are going to lose their minds.
Yeah.
let alone you put your animal by about 10 and you put, the most capable car in the world on it, or send them up a 20-foot wall, send them down a 20-foot wall. and there it's people I've seen, walking around the event, somebody will be doing a small gate, like it'll be the first gate and it'll be really not that big a deal. Still technical, but it just, not to me, I'm like, it's not even that cool looking. And there'll be people like, they're going to go over there and do this. And then I don't even know how they're going to do the next gate. And I'm like, you drive up it. I don't. Yeah, it is. It's so crazy, coming, if you have no idea what cars are capable of, and you've never seen it before, and you get to see somebody drive on two tires coming down a 25-foot cliff.
Right.
It's just, you've never seen anything like it anywhere else.
No. It's, I don't know. We definitely, the technology and it's crazy. I mean, it used to be, back in the day, you took an old Bronco or a Scout or a Jeep and put a bunch of money into it. Now you can just go to the local car lot and pick up a Rubicon and throw a set of 35s on it. And there's just about nowhere you can't go in the country and do just about every scenic trail there is out there. And then if you want to get a little more technical, you can throw some 37s on it and go beat the hell out of it and have a good time.
Yeah. And, on the hardcore side of things, there are more chassis builders right now building nice high-end cars than ever been in the market before.
Yeah, it's almost a flooded market, I would say.
I would say that it is, but these guys are moving cars as fast as they can build it, and it's
crazy. You show up to an event, or especially with the Four Corners 4x4 week. You show up and you have the wash full of RVs and vans, and I'm like, oh, there's a Caliph car, there's a Windy car, there's a Holsey car, there's a Sasquatch car, there's a car, there's a sea top shelf cars, and you're like, oh, I know who built that, know that, it's just everywhere.
Right. It is awesome.
So one of the other things, does all of our technology stuff. So our We Rock Wednesday podcast that we do every week, Caleb makes sure that runs or doesn't run smoothly if he leaves it to me. One of the things we've been able to do at Farmington is come together and scan quite a bit of the comp area and then also some other trails. And so we have all that digitized now that you can actually sit down to the laptop and you can drive a vehicle all in actual terrain and the same trails that you can take a real vehicle on.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that leads in. That's definitely coming into your guys's your simulator and stuff. How's all that coming along? Are you getting some good traction with selling some of the simulators and that kind of stuff, or how is all of that coming together?
Yeah, right now I am working on producing and a shifter specifically for rock crawling with the simulator. So it'll have your lockers, your winches, rear steer, and then also a way to move the camera just to make it a little bit easier for somebody to jump in that doesn't really even know video games. And so I'm trying to get that finished and get the R&D done on it. And it's super rad. There's so many people. I think Logan Backus has got a sim now. Brasnini's have a sim. At KOH, we just saw the first full motion sim out at KOH, which I'm trying to talk and get out to some Wheel Rock events as well. And it's cool to see it evolving. And that goes hand in hand with, I think, also the young kids coming up in the sport. You have Coulter that, almost every chance he had, he was on one of the events. And then if he wasn't on that, he was playing on his phone with Gigabit Off Road. Like you kind of had these places that you could learn, without driving really. RC car is pretty much the exact same way. You're learning all of the tricks without actually driving, being in the car. And then when Coulter was put in the car, I mean, he's now stepping up into Pro Trail for this with that Holsey 2-seat car. He took home the win for his first Pro Trail event at Nationals. And the kid can just drive. And yet he has RC cars. He's got a sim. And I think, the more start these, the next generation coming up that's just fully immersed. They grew up with it. They started driving younger and even getting younger. Like, I know I was in the back seat of the Bronco 4 months. Yep. And then I started driving at 7. And then my first competition was at 14 in Pro Mod. And it's just going to take the skill higher as you get these younger drivers that are just fully immersed and eat, sleep, breathe pretty much since they were born.
Definitely. Yep. That is super awesome, and just the whole technology. I got to drive that sim whenever you guys were here in Farmington, and I could not believe the realisticness of it. I guess that's a word, realisticness.
It's whatever the car does in real life. If it's weird, dog legs with rear steer and portals, it's gonna do that in the game. All of the geometry is the same. And then now that we're able to go in and actually scan, this comp area, and then hopefully soon we'll have Gladiator and Waterfall Trail into the game. So you'll be able to go out there and drive a buggy, drive a Jeep, drive a Samurai. You can go out and drive these trails and see what Farmington's all about.
That is awesome.
What a car's going to do. It's so amazing how spot on it is. And you just, like you said, you don't believe almost how, like, you turn it this way and the car settles or it gets worse, or like it all applies. And like I said, it's a good way to learn. You step into the game with a rear steer car and you can learn how a rear steer car operates. I know it was the last time I competed before Trail Hero last year was 2021. I actually just shared a memory from when we ran Unlimited, and that was my first year and really only time in a rear steer car. We had sold it after that, and we took over We Rock. So from 2021 to Trail Hero last year, I hadn't competed. I hadn't ever really driven a rear shoe car. And I jumped in Brett Dickey's Caleb car. So huge shout out to the Dickeys for loaning me their top shelf pro trail buggy, and said, "Hey, go compete, have fun." And stepped into it, and within 15, 20 minutes, it was like, all right, we're just gonna go compete. And I just hopped in it and was ready to drive. Like, I'd spent probably so much time on the simulator, it was just like, it wasn't like I stopped driving.
Right. Just had the feel for it instantly right away. That's cool. That's awesome to just see how that it just kind of a seamless transition. And you can, like you said, you get an opportunity to get it on the simulator and go out and actually beat on something that isn't going to cost you anything if you do roll it over. And then if it works, then you can transfer that over and then maybe use that in a competition. Like, hey, I found the traction. I found where it is. Now, if I can hit that same line, we might be able to pull something off where everybody else has been hitting the cone.
Yeah. When Colter Brasnini said the trail, I remember I was talking to Michael Brasnini, his father, and he's like, we were walking courses, and Coulter's like, we're just gonna go up and drive right here. He's like in that, like, he's like, you just knew that? And he's like, yeah, I did that in the sim.
Nice. That is awesome.
But also, when I was out there last year for nationals, we had actually started to do a line that nobody had done in real life in the sim, over kind of on the bottom side of the comp area. I was walking around checking on the event, and I saw Dana Daniels eyeing this line that I'm like, simulator. I'm like, it's a legit line, but it's like you wedge the car in there and it's doable. He's like, I'm looking at it. I think I'm gonna do it. Like, he's like, I'm like, it's doable. Like, you got it. And sure enough, 30 minutes turned around and he was up through that line. Like Dana's Crack or something. I can't remember what they ended up naming it. That was actually like the first time we had looked at that was on the simulator because we had that scan of the comp area.
That's cool. That is way awesome. You guys want to plug websites and then sponsors and all that kind of stuff?
We Nexus Tire is the fourth that keeps us on the road. And so we definitely want to thank those guys, and we want to thank Laser Nut for providing all the trophies. We provide 2 trophies, one for the driver and I think the only for the spotter. The only series to do both spotter and driver trophies. So if you come out and you're spotting or you're driving and you get up on that podium, walking away with the Laser Nut trophy.
That's awesome.
We've got all of our event tickets are available on the website. That is werocklive.com. And you can find your closest event there or pick one out. And you can go ahead and purchase tickets, camping. If you're interested in competing, the rules are on there as well. So if you have any questions, you can find us through there. You can find us on Facebook with We Rock Events, Instagram. I think it's We Rock Live on Instagram. I believe so. And then also YouTube. All of our live streams and all of our weekly podcasts are available on the We Rock YouTube page. So lots of ways to with us. Feel free to jump on any Wednesday night. If you've got a question or a comment, we've had some really great guests over the past couple of weeks. Getting ready for the season, we've had Bender work with Moto Build. We've had just had Lance Clifford on.
Yeah, Josh England.
For Josh England. Craig Allen gave us an update as he was getting ready to take on
the Race of Kings.
Race of Kings. Yeah, exactly. So,
Nice.
so that's always a good way to interact with us as well. And you can post a comment up there on Facebook, and we will find live to that as well. So lots of ways to get a hold of us. But right now we are getting ready for the season opener in Baghdad, Arizona, and that is February 28th and March 1st. And it is a blast. If you've never been out there, it's in the middle of nowhere, halfway between Kingman and Prescott.
Yep.
And but it's just one of those. It's kind of like that King of the Hammers feel, where you end up building a village in the middle of nowhere,
Right.
And people come from all over, to spectate that event and participate. And it is a ton of fun. It's one I would not miss if I could help it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it's not really necessarily in the middle of nowhere. You are in town. It's just the event's probably the same size as the town. It's a little mining town, but it is a massive operation they have. We got to do the tour of the mine last year, and it is such a cool place. And it has that small town feel. And it's such a Baghdad special, the event special, and it's an amazing way to kick off the 2026 season.
Yep.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
huge shout out to Aaron Armstrong and Kirk Andrews for making that possible for us to be out there. Aaron had the vision and was able to make it come to fruition, and it's been a blast ever since.
Hell yeah. And we can't forget Brannick Motorsports.
Yeah. So, Brannick Motorsports, metal float suspension, Crown Automotive, Raceline Wheels, Behemoth Drivetrain,
Tire Right, Carnage Welders, Drive Shaft Specialist at San Antonio, the helmets, and then new for this season is the Carbon Off-Road Winches. So hopefully you guys got to check out their booth with Braxton Coleman in Hammertown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to Hammers this year, so.
Yeah, we didn't make it either. It's always hard not being out there, but it's trying to get things ready for the start of our season just really puts some extra stress if we're gone for an extra 10 days right before we get to Arizona.
Yep. Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. It definitely taking time out of your day to talk to me. We've been on here for almost 56 minutes. I'm gonna stop the
Able to jump back on later in the season, give you guys some updates as to what the people to beat, who's emerging as the leaders in the series. That's going to be cool to keep everybody updated on our channel, and I wish you the best of success on this thing. Huge. It's going to be a great place for people to find information about all kinds of things off-road.